Morning, everyone. It's Michael again from Veg-net 24. And this morning, I'm delighted to be joined by Mitch Lee, Head of Sales at Purezza and Fauxmagerie. Morning, Mitch. How are you today?
Very good, thanks, Mike. Excited to be here, excited to be coming to Veg-net.
Yeah. No, it's great to get you along. We're getting a really good lineup. A lot of buyers and brands are firming up as we speak. So it's looking like it's going to be a good event. I just want to take a few minutes. I mean, you're well known in the sector, very high profile on LinkedIn. But I perhaps want to just ask a few questions and about yourself and the brand that people won't know. So just to kick things off, what's your background, Mitch? I know because I've seen some photographs from 10, 20 years ago. You've got a really interesting background and entry into this plant-based food sector, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could go off on all sorts of tangents, but kind of the whistle-stop story is 15, I was overweight, discovered free running and went, I want to do that. So that's parkour, like the acrobatics. In order to do that, I knew I needed to lose weight. So I started eating healthier.
Yeah.
That kind of introduced me to cooking and creating recipes and going, actually, I've got a really sweet tooth, but how can I make these things healthier? So I started doing a lot of like protein baking and recipes. And this is going back into 2012, 2013. Yeah. I decided actually Instagram was just becoming a thing. I started a page and a food blog. So I had a brand called Macro Mitch, and I would make high protein, low fat recipes, nothing to do with plant-based at the time, but it was just me working out how to create healthier foods using products that were more natural or like higher protein or whatever else. And from there, I fell into getting a part-time job in a vegan restaurant called Offbeat. So that was down in Hampshire. From Offbeat, I was there for 3 years, absolutely loved my time there, did a lot in the kitchen and then front of house. So I kind of had both the fully cooking side of things and then the customer facing. And it got to a stage where everyone thought it was my business, but it wasn't. So I was like, and during this time, actually, I forgot to say, Offbeat was a fully vegan restaurant. So this is back in 2016, we rebranded as Offbeat, became vegan, and I went, I'm going to give Veganuary a go. My wife, Shirin, had already gone vegan, so I was already kind of cooking vegan food at home for her, then cooking vegan food at work. It just made it so much easier. And I went, I'm not missing out doing this. This is amazing. Why aren't more people doing this? So I set out on my own to make a company called Mitch's Kitchen, which is very much the all plants model. So it was healthy home cooked food. They were vegan, gluten free, and nut free. So for me, that was a really important thing. I looked at what all plants were doing. At the time, they only had 6 recipes. I think they're now at like 50 recipes in circulation. Like, it's phenomenal. But yeah, I thought I wanted to do that. Did that again for 3 years, had an amazing experience, kind of got, I think, sold about 8,000 meals in total in the end. So it was never a massive business, but it was a really good learning curve for me, kind of falling into the food world. And then post-COVID closing that, I went, well, I can't survive. I'm a one-man band. My wife, Shirin, was helping where she could, but she was working full-time. You've got now all these other companies who've come online, got funding, got teams. And I just thought, I'm not going to survive in this market. And that's where I discovered Hura. So I joined Hura in 21 and joined as a community builder. So the idea was just growing the brand, getting the awareness out there, which is where building my own brand and social media and blog, like that all kind of came in. But within a few months, they were kind of like, we need a chef. We need someone to be doing the cooking and the demos of that side. You've had your own food business. So I kind of fell into food service, which I didn't even know was a topic or name or like, it's a whole new world to me. I was just like, well, I like to go out and eat places, but being vegan or gluten-free, it's very hard to find stuff that I can always eat. So actually getting that experience of being able to go to, whether it was Selfridges or Tesco or Asda or like Waitrose, like wherever it was, actually going in and cooking for the buyers or the retailers or for the chefs in the big Compass and Sodexo sites. It was a really kind of big, like eye-opening curve for me of going, wow, food service is huge. It's a great opportunity. And at the time, obviously, plant-based meat was kind of on this growth. And there's obviously been a lot going on within the space, a bit of consolidation and whatever else. But for me, last year, I was approached by Purezza to see if I wanted to join them. I've been a fan of Purezza since, again, 2016, when I first went vegan, discovered their incredible pizzas and went, wow, like this is game changer. You wouldn't know it's vegan, you wouldn't know it's gluten-free, and they made the cheese themselves. So they asked if I could come in and basically sell the cheese for them to other customers. So we've got our production site, which produces a vegan mozzarella.
Yeah.
And then I've basically been going around for the last year trying to get that into various food service and retail outlets. So including people like Soho House or Everyman Cinema, a few kind of independent pizzerias and specialist Italian suppliers. And then coming full circle, last November, Fauxmagerie, who do artisanal mold ripened fermented cheeses, they merged with Purezza. So now I get to sell the artisanal pieces like your brie, your camemberts, your blue cheese, and then Purezza's cheeses for the food service side. So basically anything to do with plant-based cheese, I've probably got a product which we can make work. So yeah,
And that's
kind
brilliant, having those two brands now, which really complement each other, don't they?
Yeah, it's amazing. I think it's really nice because the Purezza cheese, it's serving a great purpose for that vegan mozzarella, that experience you want as a pizza. As we all know, vegan cheese has been a sector that's kind of had products, and now they're just getting better and better. Whereas the Fauxmagerie cheeses, like, they're as close to cheese as you'll find within the plant-based world in terms of it's the same process, it's traditional methods, just using an almond or butterbean base rather than dairy, but it's still the exact same mold, it's the same fermentation, like the physical look, texture, everything. It's getting very close now to dairy, which is just making it easier for people to go, oh, but what about cheese? It's like, here you go.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I've tried them at a recent event we were both at, and they are amazing. So I can testify to that. So great, you're coming along to Veg-net. You know the concept. We're bringing together 40 to 50 buyers, brands, industry organisations. I know you love a good networking event. What are you looking forward to most at Veg-net this year?
I think it's always nice, like, to do something that celebrates the plant-based space. Like, as we know, with what Plant Futures are doing, trying to get the community together and share a voice. I think something like this, where buyers can know they've got that one location to be able to come along to and see a whole host of brands across different sectors, but all plant-based, which can again help with accessibility, help with sustainability, help with just actually giving vegan customers better products in the market. So from my perspective, it's nice to see what other brands are doing in the sector, but also see the opportunities and leads for international like export, plus growing within the UK. So yeah, I think it's just essentially getting more people to try our products and go, wow, I didn't know vegan cheese could be this good. That's kind of what I want to go away with.
Yeah, and there's going to be a kitchen there, I think, so you can bring along the product and serve it up if necessary, cook it as well. And the other thing that I want to get you involved in, I hope I've mentioned this to you, is there's going to be a panel around building brands on a budget. We've got someone called Joe Hill from One Fat Pizza on that with you.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. Yeah, but we'll give him a go. So there's going to be him, yourself, and a couple of other really great brands. So it's fantastic you guys are up for sharing your secrets. And as you say, it's all about collaboration, isn't it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think a lot of the beauty, obviously, where I spend a lot of time on LinkedIn, there's no cost to spending time on LinkedIn other than time. So if you can find the time, like, that's how we won Everyman Cinema, just through me posting about our cheese. So there is leads and opportunities out there. It's just knowing how to maximize being visible.
Absolutely. Okay, it's been brilliant to talk to you, Mitch. So look forward to meeting you 5th of June at Radisson London Blue. For anyone who's interested, we've still got a few places left for brands and buyers as well. So just drop me a line in the link below. And look forward to catching up soon, Mitch.
Amazing. Looking forward to it.
Cheers now. Bye.
Cheers.